that this is part of the capital part of our budget presupposes that this had come to us and we had approved it, and then it was put in the budget for us to use. That's not the position. The position is that we will now approve some of this. I emphasize some because my good friend Olamileko had said that everything that was recommended was good. Doesn't follow. It is when we get to the point of looking at each one of them that we will now determine which of these projects would help in growing our economy. Once we determine that that can now have that multiplier effect on the economy, we can now approve it because subsequently it will help us. So now that we have said that we are going to take it line by line.
I didn't say so. I said we are going to vote on the recommendations. And Minority Leader, you have been long enough in this Senate, in this chamber, to know that there is nothing like line by line for this kind of report. It's normally the recommendations of the committee that are voted on. So it's not like there is going to be line by line. We had this debate before, so our committee worked on this. We have the report. We know what the projects are. Now, there is nowhere, if it is a bill, then we can go clause by clause. But if it is not a bill, then we cannot go clause by clause because there is there are no clauses. So that is the point. Yeah.
Can I get a clarification from you that what we will just do is to say, let us pass everything in one go? The reason why they put it, this is for the power sector, this is for the road sector, this is for the rails, is so that we can look at it individually. So, will we not look at it? We will.
Exactly.
I may have misspoken if I said line by line. I'm saying each recommendation per part of the economy or the ministry or whatever, or the states, we would have to look at each one. Because I have some reservation.
Mr. Minority Leader, you know, there is no way we can leave our procedure and do things differently. If our reports, like this one, are treated as reports not from bills and does not in any way require clause by clause because there are no clauses, then we cannot go clause by clause because there are no clauses. Our committee had worked on this. They have recommended certain things. What we vote on is the recommendation of the committee, and they are itemized on the report. So when we vote, you could decide to vote against everything if you don't want, or you can amend, if you think there is something. Just allow me finish because you can't talk until I stop talking. So you can decide, make your mind. If it comes to East-West Road, you don't want East-West Road, for example, and therefore we shouldn't have infrastructure, you vote against it. But there are no clauses to be voted against. And by the way, let me make this point very clear. This is a request. And what I said is, if, for example, this is to fund our capital budget, it means the capital budget is waiting until we pass. There will be no implementation of the capital budget. So it's a choice, really. If we want, we pass. If we don't want, we don't pass. But what I think most of us want is to vote consciously. And all of us want to do that. In fact, we are going to make it very tight, spending this money. We're not just going to approve it and leave it like that.
Oh, Mr. President, I think what you meant is to...
I think you can round up now. Don't put words into my mouth. So you round up, please, Minority Leader. We have to make progress anyway.
Thank you. I just have to round up, Mr. President, with a very apt saying, which I think the whole world knows. He who goes a borrowing goes a sorrowing.
I just want to draw our attention to recommendation 2, even before we come there, so that we're able to read and digest it. I think recommendation 2 is a very tight way of ensuring that no of these funds, none, is utilized without our approval, even in the future. And that is talking about the law agreement containing the whole terms and conditions of the loan must be forwarded to the National Assembly prior to the execution of same for concurrence and proper documentation. I think this is a way of ensuring that we have complete grip on this. So we have a safeguard here, really. So I will put the questions on the 2 recommendations. There is no information in our standing orders. Okay, you can.
Mr. President, you had just told us.
No, I want you to read the order.
But no controversial matter may be brought forward, because I've done the first part.
I had read it all.
No controversial matter may be brought forward, nor any debate arise upon the explanation.
Continue.
Proposed statement shall be submitted in detail to the President of the Senate when his leave to make it is sought.
You have not submitted, so I'm not allowing you to take that order. We are going to the standing the recommendations. That the Senate do approve the underlisted ongoing negotiation of external borrowing in the sum of 22 billion 746,773 dollars under the 2016-2018 medium-term expenditure borrowing rolling plan. Point of order, Minority Leader.
President, 14. A.
I will ask the committee when I will put the recommendations into vote. When we come to, for example, under World Bank, there are projects under World Bank. We'll ask the committee chairman to tell us, no, I'm not asking him to speak, please, so that it doesn't turn into only you and I. We'll ask the committee chairman, projects under World Bank, he names them, projects under Islamic Development Bank, and so on and so forth, and we vote. There is nothing like trying to suppress anybody. I don't even believe in that. In fact, it would be unfair for you to accuse me of suppressing the minority. You are behaving like a majority. Everybody here is just listening to you. Senator Gabriel Suswam.
Mr. President, I want to say an important and serious issue. I would appeal to you to allow us go to an executive session for 10 minutes before we come out. Because there are certain information, Mr. President. No, wait now. There are certain information, Mr. President, that I also have that will guide the House properly, especially as it relates to the power sector, that I do not want to say it in the full glare of the press. And those are very important information. So if we take 10 minutes and come out, we tie down the knotty issues and come out and then do what we need to do. So, Mr. President, my appeal to you and the colleague is that let us take 10 minutes of executive session, because there are certain information. The committee in certain areas didn't get the information correctly. And if we pass it as it is, we either be passing under or over, because there are issues that have cropped up that I was telling the chairman that he didn't capture some of the things that we need to guide the passage of this thing properly. And these are very important, but I don't want to raise those things, in the open this thing. But if we go into an executive session for 10 minutes, we'll be able to tie up this thing and come out, and then we'll go ahead and I believe that all of us support this borrowing. But there are knotty issues that we must address. In support, we support it. But let us address some of these little knotty issues. Then we'll come out as one house, and then we'll go ahead and do the needful.